Hi again. So I'm Juan Pablo from Espanol and English Private Tutoring. In the past video, this is the second part, we were talking about por and para. What is the difference between both prepositions? I said before this was confusing, but this is a continuation of the first video. Um, you can check the link in the description if it is available. If not, leave a comment. But you can also check our channel for the continuation of the videos, and I'm going to try to add it at the end so you can see the first part as well. Okay, so last time we were talking about por. So we were saying that por can translate into English as true or by. Here are some examples. Was the first video for that. Next, I was saying that por can translate as because. This is not helping here. Because of, on account of, for the sake of. Okay, so I give examples with for the sake of and for the sake of. Here are the examples. I'm going to explain on account of and for sake of is the same. Out of, I'm going to give you an example with out of. So a sentence in English will be like she did it out of kindness. So that's an example in English. I'm going to translate it. Ella lo hizo por amabilidad. Ella lo hizo por amabilidad. So out of in this case translate as por. I'm going to put it here. Another way we can translate por is as in exchange for, in place of, when we suggest a substitution. Okay, so we're going to put it here. See, let's put it right here. So it can mean in exchange for, in place of, which means in place of when it comes to us. When it comes to suggesting substitution. I'm going to give you some examples. I pay $10 in exchange for this dress. In Spanish will be pagué $10 por este vestido. So in English, you can say, I paid $10 for this dress. That's it. You don't have to say in exchange of. Right? You say for. So when for means in exchange of, uh, is used that way, it translates as por in Spanish. It doesn't translate as para. So I explained before that most of the time, for translates as para. This is an exception. I want to put it here. But in exchange for, pagué, I pay, pagué, pagué, I pay $10 for this dress, or in exchange for this dress. I'm going to give you an example with in place of. Place of would be like, for example, that the student teaches for the teacher. In this case, for means instead of or in place of. Okay, so this is another way how for can translate as por in Spanish. We are talking about instead of. If for refers to instead of or in place of, it will not translate as par, it will translate as por. The example again, the student teaches instead of the teacher. The student teaches in place of the teacher, or the student teaches for the teacher. And I'm going to do it here with Spanish. El estudiante enseña por el profesor. El estudiante enseña por el profesor. Okay. Is in place of. In place of, in exchange for. So there are many ways to say the same sentence, the same as in English. But we are just practicing por, so I'm not going to go too deep into this. I'm just going to it's another way I can say por. Another way to use por is to say around when I refer to a location. Example, she's around the park. If I want to say, just put it here. Around Now, when referring to a location. For example, she's around the park. Will be Spanish. Be ella está por el parque. Está por está por el parque. Okay. Another way you can use por is for per, like uh, he earns 500 per week. Per week. Right? That's this one straightforward. But I'm going to put it here. Wait. In Spanish. Él gana $500 por semana. He earns $500 per week. Spanish will be, él gana 500, ¿qué dice? $500 por semana. Now, for can also translate into English as for when for refers to a period of time. Example, each day I run for an hour. Here, for when referring to activity. The example in Spanish would be each day I run for an hour. That will be in Spanish. Cada día yo corro por una hora. Yo corro por una hora. Cada día, cada día yo corro por una hora. Okay. Por is also used for multiplication. Example, 5 times 5. Example, 5 por 5 igual 35. Igual 25. But you can see por has many rules, many ways you can translate it in English. So hopefully this graph will help you. If you are a student, if you are not, you can go to our website at espng.net to learn more about the services we provide. And, and the next thing that you need to be aware of is that por adds the idea of motion to prepositions of location. Example, the child runs under the table. Okay. The verb to run is a verb of motion. And under the table is a location. Okay. So I want to say, I'm going to put it here. Or adds the idea of motion to prepositions of locations. Prepositions of location. What adds the idea of motion to prepositions of location. So if I want to say the child runs under the table, this in Spanish would be el niño corre por debajo de la mesa. corre por debajo de la mesa. Now, debajo de is a preposition. It's not exactly a preposition. It's called a preposition for now, but this is more complex. These are called locuciones. Debajo de is a locución preposicional, which is something I is outside this video. But debajo de is acting as a preposition and is a preposition of location, under. Okay. So this combined with the verb correr, which is a verb of motion, plus por plus under is giving the is giving the meaning of movement, of motion. Corre debajo, corre, corre. El niño corre por debajo de la mesa. Now, the preposition por also uses a lot of expressions. So if we have enough time, I'm going to go through some of the most common expressions with por, but this is a very long topic, so this video may not be enough for all those expressions. I'm going to give you some if we have time. So let's see what am I going to put running out of space. Expressions. Expresiones. The first one, and one of the most common ones, is por lo general. Por lo general, which means in general or usual. Por lo general equals in general or usually. And this is one. Another one will be por acá. Por acá. Which means in English, around here. Around here. So por acá o por aquí. Okay. So por acá, I can say it both ways. Both are synonyms. Por aquí, both are exactly the same. Then this one correct. Around here. Por acá, por aquí. Another expression would be por ahora. Or ahora. Which means for now. Another will be Por casualidad. Por casualidad. By chance. 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 Okay. So let's leave it at that for now. So as you can see, this is a very long flow chart. But it will be available for yours too. Okay. And you have any questions, you can go to our website at espeat.net. You will find there ways to contact us. If you're a student, you know how to contact us already, and we will answer all the questions. You can also leave a comment if you want. We try to check the comments the best we can, but the best way to get in contact with us is through our website. Okay, have a good one, everybody. Bye.